And of course the crowd are like, what song is this? I know the lyrics, but we changed the version quite a lot. And it gets to the end and they're like, I know what song it is. And they all start singing it. Fuck yeah. The band really formed out of our friendship and our love for each other and our boredom in small towns with not really much to do. So it was really just the love of music that brought us together, trying to piss off our parents, trying to piss off the neighbours and make lots of noise. But we never really had any grand plan to, at that point we never thought about touring the world or anything like that. We never even thought about playing shows outside of our hometown, you know, so just very typical of young guys that start a band in school and are just trying to have fun and find a way to express themselves, really. Biffy Clyro, sadly, has no meaning at all. That's the answer for today anyway. You know, our previous name was Screwfish, and that's not a very good name. And we were just looking for something a little different. I guess we were, you know, 13 years old. We were slightly confused with the world, and I think we were quite happy with the world being a little confused with us. And we felt like that name didn't give any indication of what type of music we were going to play. I mean, it sounds like maybe a solo folk artist or something like that. So it definitely doesn't scream rock band. And I think around the time it was sort of the Britpop era, so there were bands like Pulp and Oasis and Blur and I don't think any of those bands have got particularly good names, but we just wanted something that essentially we just wanted something that would confuse people. And I think by your question, we managed to succeed. And we're still confusing people to this day. Since the band started, we've had tattoos to commemorate different periods in the band's life, and it's almost a way for us to kind of recommit to the band, to show each other how much we care. And I mean, this band is for life. It's definitely not just for the weekend. So yeah, the tattoos are very important to us as a band and as individuals. Maybe I don't want to ruin my mic, but I could show you perhaps the most recent one that we got. Is this one that goes up her back. So it's the tattoo starts off on Simon's leg and it comes up over my back and then it goes over onto Ben's shoulders, so it connects us all. And I think the beautiful thing is, as a tattoo, it symbolises the journey we've been on together. I think the fact that the tattoo is incomplete unless you have three of us is really quite a special thing. And you know, that's certainly the way the band is, unless you have all three of us, it's not Biffy Clyro. This is the point, we have the choice to survive the winter. We have achieved so much. No, our relationship with Simon goes back such a long way, since we were about this height at school, about that height, and we're so close. You know, like I said at the start, it was our friendship and our love for each other that brought us together in the first place. So I think our relationship has only deepened and strengthened and grown over the years, and there's nobody I'd like to spend so much time with. I think there's a little bit of sibling rivalry between Ben and I. I think that's only natural between any brothers. When it comes to the band, there's no rivalry within the band in that regard. You know, we're very much a team fighting for the same goal. But we play the odd joke in each other. I think one of the joke that winds up Ben the most is the fact that I'm 6 minutes older. So I like to really turn the screw and make a joke out of the fact that he's my younger brother, and I know that kind of pisses him off. But no, really we are close. You know, joking aside, we are close, and there's no big tension. We're not like the Gallagher brothers, unfortunately, although that would probably give you a better interview. But no, we do go on well. We are the wolves of winter. We live in a kingdom of blood. moving on to our 7th album and making Ellipsis, we knew it was time to try and force a change with the band, try and force a change in the sound and the way that we recorded and the way that even Simon was writing some of the songs was quite different. He wrote quite a few of the songs on piano, which is not something he's done lots of before. He has done it before, but it definitely brings out a different sound. I think in a song like People, you can hear that in the piano chords are very cinematic, very kind of, very lush sounding and beautiful. But we knew it was time to, we worked with Rich Costey, which was a big change for us after having done the 3 previous records with Garth Richardson. And Rich adopts different techniques and different way of working in the studio. It was a little bit tough at first, you know. I think any time you enter into a new relationship, a new working relationship, you have to figure each other out. But there was a lot of experimentation in the studio. Things were not finished until they were finished, if that makes any sense. There was always an opportunity to go back and redo things and to change things. And sometimes we would work on a song for 3 days and then scrap it and start again, which is not something we've done in the past. So really excited time in the studio. I think we learned a lot working with Rich. And you just had no idea what was going to happen next. You know, previously we plot out every moment of a recording session. So we would 3 weeks on drums, you know, a week on bass. But this was just like sometimes we'd start with a vocal and guitar and do the drums last. And it was just really exciting, really challenging. And I think we achieved more than we even set out to. 'Cause lately it's hard to let you know that I'll never learn. I am explosive and volatile. I'm on the turn. So I'm gonna howl like an animal. I think the Howl video does sort of hark back. It does suggest a kind of David Lynchian, a Twin Peaks style, a little bit of Stanley Kubrick in there as well. And the song's really about going through a process of change and turning, you know, losing your mind a little bit and not really liking what you see. I think everyone can do that at time to time. You just lose your shit and you go crazy. And I think the video, the surreal nature of the video really shows that transformation that the song is talking about. And videos aren't always that much fun. You know, they can be long days, it can be tough, but that one was lots of fun. I think probably dressing up had a big part to do with that. And Ben and I as the identical twins, that was really good fun. And when you get to see Simon be a geisha girl, you know that you're onto a good thing. So he did so well at that, he was so convincing. But yeah, I think one of the funnest videos we've ever made. We're so happy with the result. And yeah, if we can make a few more like that, we'd be happy. Yeah, I think it was 2008 at the Reading Festival, and BBC Radio they often put in requests with bands to do a cover session for the radio show. So we went to go and do a little cover. And it's morning, you've woken up off the bus, you don't know where you are, everything's a bit hazy. And you say, oh, you've got a session to do, so we walk onto this little stage. I don't think we realised there was going to be an audience. We walk out, suddenly there's like 1,000 people there. And we're doing just acoustic bands, like playing in a box, and we've got acoustic guitars and things. And so we did Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine. And I think we'd worked away as a band to get away around the swearing outro. Of course, it's for radio, and we want to be asked back at these things, so swearing's not always the best way to do that. But anyway, we played the song, and of course the crowd are like, what song is this? I know the lyrics, but we changed the version quite a lot. And it gets to the end, and they're like, I know what song it is. And they all start singing it, fuck yeah. And it was the radio presenters kind of like, oh no, what have you could see everybody with the headsets on, panicking, but they couldn't switch us off, you know, it's people power, I guess you might say. But that was a lot of fun. We were all kind of looking at each other, just smiling and laughing, going, we can't do anything about it, you know. So happy memories for sure.
tell me. I won't do what you 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 tell me. I won't do.
The future for us looks great. It looks really exciting. You know, I don't think there are many bands that would be in their 7th album and still be hungry and still enjoy it, still feel like they want to push things and go forward. I think the next thing we'll do is probably a B-sides album, which we always do. It gets tougher these days to release B-sides because you don't really have a physical format. Like back in the day, it was a 7-inch with the B-sides and lots of different CD formats with different B-sides. So I think we'll find a way to put the B-sides together and release them, and it shows a slightly different side of the band. It's a slightly more, there's a little bit more immediacy in the recordings. We don't labour over them. We only spent a few days in it and try and do it almost as a live band. So I think people tend to respond quite well to the B-sides that we've done in the past. So hopefully that'll be fun. But in the future, you know, I don't really want to reinvent the wheel. I don't really want to go to the moon. You know, I'm very happy with what we're doing just now. I'd love to keep making great music and playing great festivals. And some people might think that sounds that we're not aiming high enough, but I think we're doing okay. I think we're enjoying ourselves, and I think that's the most important thing, is to be fulfilled with what you're doing and to feel that you're making music that you enjoy and playing shows that leave you feel fulfilled and that you've had a good time. So I don't want to be too greedy, and I'm happy with the way things are going. So we'll take it from there.